So tonight I thought, so as I said, we're going to do a lot of breath work. So get yourself into a comfortable position, try seated. Now again, I'm not going to make you sit like a Buddha with your legs crossed and things like that. I mean, it isn't always comfortable. I want you to be comfortable. So if you feel like you need to draw, lean on something to help you not feel any tension around your back, then by all means do that. You can sit cross-legged, you can sit on 10 million cushions. These like yoga blocks are quite good to sit on, or pillows. Just try and get comfortable, because what I want you to do is sit up nice and tall so that you can try and create that space within your chest. So within yoga, there's a breath called Ujjayi breath, or ocean breath. So we're going to practice a bit of that. It's quite good during pregnancy, it's quite good during tough yoga postures that you're struggling with. And it's basically the back of your throat kind of gets made smaller, and you almost make a noise, so it sounds like ocean breath. To get to that ocean breath, to make sure we know what we're doing, I want you to all hold your hand up against your mouth and imagine that your hand is a mirror, and I want you to huff on that pretend mirror. Now, what we want to do is create that kind of noise and that that small bit of your throat with your mouth closed. So imagine you're huffing on that mirror, but your mouth is now closed. And you can almost hear it is quite a noisy breath. So I want you to take an inhale in, and then exhale with your mouth closed, as if you were huffing on that mirror. So like I say, that it's that kind of ocean sound. So try again, inhaling in through the nose, and then you're breathing out. It's a bit Darth Vader-y really, isn't it, when you kind of like, hopefully you're all on your own. So we'll do the 4 seconds of inhale and 4 seconds of exhale that we did last week. So it's following that track. If you struggle with that 4 seconds, do 2, 3, then 4. It's just about building that kind of practice, and it is quite hard because you want to really relax your belly, and try and increase your lung capacity. So you can sit, you can have your eyes closed, you can keep your eyes open, entirely up to you. The whole point of this focusing on your breath is that we're trying not to allow any outside distractions to get to us. We're really trying to build that connection with you and your breath to just focus on that and not on anything else. So this Ujjayi breath, the ocean breath, you can practice it throughout the yoga class. So it might be that you start using it and practicing that, inhaling in through the nose and exhaling out through the nose. So get yourself into a nice comfortable position. You can start with mouth open if it feels more comfortable, but really try and close that mouth and inhale in through the nose. Try not to lift your shoulders up as you're breathing. You want to be nice and relaxed. And you can count yourself, or you can follow this track. So start by taking a nice inhale in through the nose, and exhale out through the nose if you can, making that sound. Inhaling, exhaling. It might take you a few rounds. Just focus. Inhaling in. Really focusing on that sound as you exhale. So that ocean breath. Inhaling. Don't worry about that 4 seconds. You can just Gradually build that practice up. Inhale in. Exhale out. Bringing that focus and attention. Allowing that mental balance, that concentration in your breath. Try and drop your shoulders away from your ears. Just find your own rhythm. If you feel like you want to open your mouth, if you want to keep that Ujjayi breath going, but just bringing that attention and awareness to your breath, to your body, trying to allow that body to relax. It might feel uncomfortable just bringing all of that attention onto you and your breath, but the more you practice it, the more easier it will get. So just keeping that focus and attention on your breath. And again, you can use that breath anytime. If you are stuck in traffic, not that we're going anywhere at the moment, you might find that a few rounds of that deep exhale, Ujjayi breath kind of just brings you back to your center, to your focus, takes that anxiety and stress away. So just reach both arms up overhead, nice and tall. Grab hold of that left wrist, bring it over to the right. Grab hold of that right wrist, bring it over to the left. Come back up to center, drop your hands by your side. You're going to bring your left hand to your right knee. If you can. If you find that you know, baby isn't really giving you that much space, just bring your left hand to your left knee. But your right hand is coming behind you and you're gently twisting your torso round. Not using that neck to crank round, just twisting that upper body slightly. And then coming round to the other side, so that left hand behind you, right hand to left knee if you can, or to that right knee. Gently twisting, you might find you get a little creak in the spine. And then come back to center. Drop the right hand onto the floor next to you. Reach this left arm up, so we're side stretching again. You might find you can go a little bit deeper. Try and not let your bum lift. So only go as far. If your bum starts to lift, bring that hand back. And then come up and over to the other side. So left hand down, right arm up. And then coming back up to center. Now if you can, try and bring the soles of your feet together. So if you've got any pelvic pain at all and it's uncomfortable with your knees wide, you really need to keep your knees together. Can I say that? So, listen to your body. If you are getting any shooting pains around that pelvis area, just don't do this wide hipped open knees. So with the soles of our feet together, we are opening our hips. We're trying to let our knees hang a little bit. And we're just going to curl over as much as baby will allow us. You can hold on to your toes. You can hold on to your ankles. Draw your chin to your chest and you're just arching your back. You might find that you need to draw your heels in towards your body or further away to try and feel it into your hips. But it's quite nice to interlace your hands, cup them around your toes if you can, and just draw that chin to your chest. Allowing that body to curl, allowing our shoulders to curl, allowing ourselves to go in onto ourselves. And just practice that Ujjayi breath if you can, taking an inhale. And just allow the exhale to be a little bit longer than your inhale. Inhaling in. comfort in that stillness. I know your mind is probably racing, but just building that practice to bring that attention back to your breath, back to you. And then slowly curling yourself up, releasing your feet. You're going to come onto your table, into your tabletop position, so you're on all fours. Hopefully you can see me all right. So in our tabletop position, we're not tilting the pelvis. So we don't want this bum in the air. We want the small of our back to be nice and strong. So you really want to kind of push. Imagine my hand was there and you're pushing into that space. And then your shoulder is over your wrists and your hips over your knees. And we're just going to move our hips a little bit. So you're going to dip your hips down to the right, sweep them round and up to the left. So there literally is no right or wrong way for this pose. It's literally just doing what you want to do. You can mix it up, change direction. And it's a little bit of exploration into where you're holding tension. And then just observe, are you holding your breath? Has your breath increased? And then we're just going to circle around the wrist. So moving your chest over your wrist, just to warm them up a little bit. And then coming back, changing direction. And then come back to that tabletop position. And using our weight in our hands, I just want you to pad your hands round. So turn the fingers so that they're facing out. And then you're just going to draw a little bit of weight over to the right, a little bit of weight over to the left. And you'll find it's starting to stretch your wrists. And then see if you can turn the hands in towards your body a little bit. And then drawing that weight back and forward. You don't have to go all the way around. A bit like a cat pouring its hands weight into its paws. And then again, go back to the outside. Just moving your hands, moving that weight, just exploring, seeing what feels good. I think we tend to forget about our wrists. And then you're going to come back, hands round into your tabletop position. Think about that pelvis. And then I just want you to, so we can't really do cat-cow here, so we're just going to use a little bit of strength in our arms, and we're just going to like dip our chest down, and then I want you to swoop up, and then come back to a tabletop. So you're bringing your chest down, swooping up, and then coming back. Try that again, dipping that way, keeping your elbows underneath, and then back to that tabletop. One more, using that strength in your arms, coming back. And then you're going to push into your shoulders, arching your back, dropping your chin, creating that space in between your shoulder blades. And then let that back come to a neutral position. Again, pushing into your shoulders. And then back to tabletop. Then you're going to start to walk your hands forward into that melting heart or puppy pose. So you're trying to walk your hands forward, keep your hips over your knees and start to dip your chest. Now don't worry if your heart doesn't meet the ground. We're just trying to keep that bottom half the same. So keep those hips over those knees. This is going to be stretching our shoulders. So you're just dipping that chest down. It might be that you've got all the way down and you can rest your head onto the mat, or it might be that you're literally think the ground is the furthest thing away from you. But you can feel it in your shoulders. Just because you're a little bit tight, and you can just practice bringing that weight down towards the ground. And then slowly walking your hands up, bringing your bottom onto your heels so that you're now sitting on your heels. If you need a cushion, you can just bring that underneath your knees. You find that your knees get a little bit uncomfortable in that position. And then you're just going to interlace your hands down behind your back as if you were trying to get to the floor. And then bringing your hands to that right hip. So they're just going to rest on that right hip, like a little bit of a holster, and then you're going to drop that right ear to that right shoulder. And then come up and over to the left. Come back to centre. Draw those hands down the back again as if you're trying to get to the floor. And then bring those hands to that left hip. Nestling them into your hip. Drop that right ear to that right shoulder. So do everything super slowly rather than yanking your body into a position. And then drop it over to the left. And then come back up to centre. Draw those hands back, down, as if you were trying to get them to the floor. And then release. You're going to bring your right hand out to the side. Draw your thumb down. And then see if you can get that hand into the middle of your back. So it might be that you need to bring this left hand around, try and draw that elbow so that your hand goes up the centre of your back. You're then going to get your left hand out. See if you can meet that right hand. It might be that you're super close. So if you look, hopefully you can see. So you can either, if you can, totally just touch your fingers. You can always hold on to a rope here, so a dressing gown cord or something. It's good for a shoulder opener, so you can always get to that point, or you can hold on to your top. So just holding on to your t-shirt. You'll probably find that one side you can do super easy and then not the other. So if you can hold on to your fingertips, then try and interlink them. And then just think about lifting your chest, drawing your chin down, and just holding those arms in that position. And then do a little bend over to the right. And then come back to centre. Release that hold. We're going to try and do the same on the other side. This is where you might find that one side meets and the other side doesn't. So this left hand's coming out, thumb down. You're bending it so that the small of your hand is in between your shoulder blades. You might want to bring this right hand round and just help your little elbow go further up your back. Bring that right hand up, and you're almost going to pat yourself on the back to see if you can find your fingertips. Are people finding that they can find one side more than the other? Yeah. So if you can, again, your options are to hold onto that top, interlink your fingers if you can. The more we do this, you might find after a few weeks that you can meet both sides. Again, lift your chest. Draw that chin to your chest. And just think about that breath. Hold in that pose. And then release. Draw your shoulders up to your ears and then let them relax. Two more like that. Inhale in, draw those shoulders up and then exhale down. One more. And then down. So the next one we're going to do is eagle arms. So again, this is going to help us across our back. So right hand, this is quite a weird one to explain. Right hand is going to come under your left elbow. Now you're going to see if you can create a bind. So you're going to try and touch palms, touch finger to palms. If your boobs have suddenly got massive and you can't get there, you might have to jiggle them around, or your option is to hold onto your shoulder blades. So you can bring one hand, then the other. So that will help create that space. So whilst you're in your eagle arms, you're going to just try and draw your hands away a little bit. And then draw your elbows up. Now this is, if you're really tight around your shoulders, it's a really nice little stretch to do. And you might just play around. You might find that you don't like the elbows up, but you like to draw the hands away. Or you can draw the elbows up and really feel that around your shoulders. So we're trying to lift the elbows up. And then you're going to release that bind. You're going to do the same on the other side. So this left arm underneath, try and get that bind on your hands. If not, you are just going to be holding your shoulders, dropping that chin to your chest. Again, if you can, keeping that bind. Might have to move some anatomy. Draw that chin to your chest. See if you can lift those elbows up a little bit, nice and slowly. Feeling that around your shoulders. And then gently release. Bring those hands forward, flip those toes. You're going to come into a forward fold. So you're going to lift your bum up to the sky. Knees nice and soft, and start to curl yourself all the way up to standing. Bringing your arms by your side. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead, connect those palms, and then as you exhale, you're just going to draw those hands to heart center. Dropping your shoulders, adjusting your feet so that they're underneath your hips. Inhale, sweep those arms up overhead, connect those palms. Exhale, drawing those hands to heart center. One more, really reaching up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. And if you're not at the front of your mat, find yourself at the front. And then you're going to be taking your right foot back behind you, coming to our warrior two. So warrior two, your left knee is bent, your right heel is down, toes are towards the long edge of your mat. Now again, any pelvic pain, bring your stance in. So don't let your stance be as wide as mine. This left knee, don't allow it to go over your toes. And then we're lifting our chest, we're dropping our shoulders, arms out by your side. So you're in this warrior position. You're going to look over that left hand. And then sweep that left hand up, slide that right hand down that right leg. Using that, you dry your breath if you need to. Coming over, bringing that elbow onto that thigh and reaching that right arm up. So feeling that long stretch all the way down that right side. And then coming back up to center, arms either side. You're going to straighten that left leg, keeping the legs the same. We're coming into a triangle. So you're going to drop this left hand down, this left leg is straight. This hand can go anywhere down your shin, onto the floor, just under the knee. But this right arm, so your shoulder is going to be directly underneath your wrist. So somewhere you'll see you're creating these triangle shapes. So we're trying to move our chest round, move baby round, creating that space. So imagining you're in between two panes of glass, so you're not arching forward. And then coming back up, bringing those arms either side. Those toes are going to go to the same as that back foot, so they're going to go to that long edge of the mat. So you're in this wide leg. So bring your feet underneath your hips just a little bit more so they're not too wide. And then you're going to come down into a squat. Bringing your hands onto your knees. You're just going to drop your right knee into the center. And then come to the other side. So left knee, left shoulder towards the center. One more each side. Keep those legs nice and strong, back to the left. And then coming back to centre. Keeping those legs strong, guys. Finding Yoni Mudra, so it's your thumb and your first finger in that diamond shape and come into baby. Staying strong. You're going to inhale, sweep your arms up. Cactus arms out. Release those legs. Nice. Hands to heart center. Squat down. Find baby with Yoni Mudra. Build that strength in your legs. Reach those arms up. Cactus arms out. Use that Ujjayi breath because my legs are paining at the minute as well. Bring those hands to heart center. Straighten. Nice. We're going to do that one more time. Slowly coming down to that squat. Finding baby. Reaching those arms up. Cactus arms out. Hands to heart center. And then release those legs. Whew. Pointing your left toes towards the front of the mat. Bring that right foot through to meet left foot. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Connect your palms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking that left leg back. Come into that warrior two position. So you're dropping that left heel, bending that right knee, the heel of that right foot towards the arch of that left foot. Front knee not over your toes. Again, pelvic pain, just bring your stance in. It doesn't matter. Arms up by your side, drop your shoulders, flip that right hand so your palm is facing up. Reach that right arm up, slide that left hand down that left leg. And then coming over to the right, dropping that elbow and reaching that left arm up, feeling that stretch all the way down. And then coming back up to centre, straightening that right leg, keeping the foot position the same, dropping that right hand, come into your triangle. So again, we're trying to keep our chest around rather than folding over that leg. Stacking that left wrist on top of that left shoulder. I had to think I was doing left and right, but correct. So your right hand can go anywhere. It can go just underneath your knee. What you don't want is create this kind of forward fold. So you're in between two panes of glass. So you're feeling it, I'm feeling it down the inside of my right leg because my hips are back, my shoulders are round. And then bring that body back up. Pointing the toes towards the long edge of the mat, adjusting your feet if you need to bring them in a little bit further so you're not in such a wide stance, there's not so much strain on the pelvis. And you're going to bring hands to baby first, thumb and first finger. And then slowly, we're going to stay in this squat, guys. So if you can use that Ujjayi breath, inhaling in and exhaling out through your nose, but imagine you're huffing on that mirror. So we're going to sweep our arms up. Inhale, cactus arms, elbows out. Keeping our legs strong, we're coming back to baby with Yoni Mudra. Inhaling. And then cactus arms out. You got this. Come on, one more time. Back to baby. Reaching those arms up. And then elbows out. Draw those hands to heart center. Release those legs. Ooh, point your right toes towards the front edge of the mat. Left foot through to meet right foot. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Connect those palms. Hands to heart center. It's almost like your reset, so you're checking in, shoulders down, feet on the mat, keeping your hands to heart center. You're going to draw that right knee up to your chest. And then you're just going to draw it out to the side a little bit, and then back to center. You might find you need a wall here, and then back out, and then center. And then this time you're going to find your tree position. So your foot can be anywhere along this leg. careful of your knee, so don't try and put all that weight on your knee. So it can either go calf or thigh, or you're resting your toes on the floor, or you're holding onto a wall, entirely up to you. And then just do your little check-in again, so make sure your shoulders are dropped. And then you're going to interlace your hands, push your palms facing out, reach those arms up. Finding that balance. And then a little bend over to the right. Oh, arm over. Come back to centre. Don't watch me, maybe. I might pull you over. And then separate your hands. And then you're nice and controlled, release your leg out to the side. And then do a little bend over to the left. Come back to centre. Place that right foot down. Connect those palms, hands to heart centre. So same on the other side. So we're going to draw hands to heart centre. Lift the knee in, up, and then out. Back to centre, and then out. One more. And then find that tree position, whether it be on your calf or your toes are on the floor. And then do your little check-in, so try and drop your shoulders. Try not to grip with your toes. Interlace your hands, palms facing out, reaching up. If you can. And then a little bend over to the left. Back to centre. You might find your foot is like doing everything it can to keep you balanced. Separate your hands and then nice and controlled, release that leg out to the side. Tip that weight over to the right. And then come back to centre. Connect those palms, hands down. And then just check your feet are underneath your hips. They're going to come into chair position. So with chair, you're literally sitting on an imaginary chair. It's a lot of leg work. So you're going to reach your arms up past your ears, sit your bum down on this imaginary chair. And then just check that all your weight isn't in your heels or isn't in your toes. So it is a leg burner, this one. And what I want you to try and do is see, you can stay in this position. If that's really uncomfortable on your lower back, bring your arms by your side. So you're just working on your legs. And then if you can, we're going to do eagle arms. So you're going to bring that right arm underneath. See if you can connect those palms, keeping your legs nice and strong. Lifting your elbows up. And then gently release your arms. Reach them up if you can. If that's not uncomfortable on your back, release those legs. Connect those palms, hands to heart centre. We're going to do that again, so we're going to do eagle arms with the other side. So sweeping your arms up past your ears if you can, dropping that bum down, checking that your weight isn't just in your heels or in your toes. Arms by your side. If that's really uncomfortable on your lower back, don't worry about it. So then the other side with the arms, oh God, I can't remember. So your left arm underneath, connecting those palms, keep those legs strong, use that breath, draw those elbows up. Taking a nice inhale in and using that Ujjayi breath on the way out. Release those arms, hands up past your ears, straighten those legs, connect those palms, hands to heart centre. Reaching those arms out wide, nice and tall. You're going to interlace your hands but leave your first finger and your thumb, bit of a Charlie's Angel. It's called Kali Mudra, so it's just another mudra. Reaching up nice and tall, a little bend over to the right, a little bend over to the left, come back to centre. Release that hold, bring your arms by your side. We're going to do chair again. We're going to try and bring in eagle legs. So, I'll talk you through it. If not, you're just going to do chair. So, you're going to sweep your arms up, sit your bum down. Now, if you can, lift this right leg up as if you're crossing your legs. Hold on to a wall by all means. So, if you can, that foot comes all the way behind, like you're wrapping it around. It might be that you're just crossing your legs and your right toe tips are on the floor. Bum goes down, arms are up. The full bind is when that leg wraps around. You're probably saying, shut up, Jen, hurry up. Then, we're going to go mad. We're going to bring our right arm underneath, find those eagle arms again. Connect those palms, draw those elbows up. You can still just release that bind if you want. Rest those right toes. And then I want you to release your legs, release your arms, stand up nice and tall, bring those arms up overhead. Give yourself a clap, hands to heart centre. You've got to do the same on the other side now. So, sweeping up into chair. You could just hang out here by all means. You don't have to do all these crazy binds. So this left leg is going over the top like you're crossing your legs. Your toes can be resting on the floor, or you can find that full bind, like you're busting for a wee and you've got to like cross your legs to hold it in. Then you're bringing that left arm underneath, finding that bind in your hands if you can, or you could just be hugging yourself. Draw those elbows up if you can. You're doing great, guys. I know I'm doing crazy stuff. Then release those arms, release those legs, stand up nice and tall, reach those arms up overhead. Inhale, you're going to exhale, fold forward. So you're going to bend your knees, bring your hands to the earth, and as soon as they're there, you're going to drop your knees, come back to that tabletop position. We're going to bring our right foot through, in between our hands, so that that front knee is bent. And you're just going to bring your hands to that knee, and just push that weight forward. Try not to allow that knee to go over over your toes. Again, just try and drop your shoulders. And then slowly you're going to bring that right leg straight, straighten it. Hands are going to come to the earth. And then you're going to draw those toes in towards your body. As you inhale, as you exhale, you're going to point them away. Inhale, draw them in. Exhale away. And again, drawing them in towards your body. Try and push that bum away a little bit whilst you're here. That will really get in your hamstrings. And then forward. Bring that weight forward, hands either side. Draw that right knee back, left knee through. So left foot is in between your hands, left knee bent. Bring those hands up towards your knee, resting, just chilling out, and then just pushing that weight a little bit in your pelvis. Trying to drop your shoulders, lift your heart. And then as you gently release, you're going to start to straighten that left leg. Bring your hands down to the earth. You can always use blocks, walls, pillows, anything to lift your chest if you need it, if you're struggling to get all the way to the floor. So draw those toes in towards your body as you inhale, exhale, point them away. Inhale, draw them in, and then exhale away. One more. And then bring that weight forward. You're going to drop that knee back into that tabletop position, crossing your ankles, coming onto your bottom, both feet flat. And then you're going to bring your hands behind so your fingertips are facing your back. So we're opening up our chest. You're going to come into a reverse box position. So you're going to push your pelvis up to the sky, lifting your bottom, lifting baby, allowing your head to relax. So as you push in your hips up, you'll feel that in your shoulders if they're really tight. Think about that breath. And then slowly draw those hips down. Feet a little bit wider than your hips. Adjust your hands and you're just going to drop your knees over to the right. Sweep this left arm up. And whilst you're here, if you want, you can push your hips up, coming onto your knees to feel that stretch all the way down that left side. Slowly lowering that bottom, knees up and over to the left. So you can just stay with your knees on the mat, gently twisting, or you can sweep this right arm up, coming onto your knees, push your hips up to the sky, reaching that arm up. One more each side. Try and bring a bit of fluidity into it. Drop those knees, sweep that arm up, moving into that posture. Slowly lowering over to the left, reaching up, and then slowly lower down, back to seated. Soles of the feet back together again. And finding either your hands over your toes or resting them on your shins, curling yourself into this position again where you're dropping your chin to your chest. You're winding down, you're grounding in. Slow that breath down. Use that Ujjayi breath. Inhaling in. And exhale. Try and get your exhale a little bit longer than your inhale. And then slowly coming up, keeping your left hand towards your feet. You're going to bring your right hand behind you and gently twist that upper body round again. And then come round to the other side. So that right hand either resting on your shin, left hand behind you, gently twist that upper body. And then come back to centre. Let that left leg go straight, slightly wider than your hips. Sole of that right foot on the inside of that left thigh. Left hand anywhere on this left leg. Knee, shin, foot, entirely up to you. Reach this right arm up. This right hand does not have to touch this left hand at all. What I would want you to concentrate on more about is turning your chest around, turning baby around so that you're feeling that in that side body. Don't let that bum lift in any way, keeping yourself rooted into the mat. Slowly bring that top arm back up, and then you're going to swap legs. So let that right leg go straight, sole of that left foot in towards that right leg somewhere. Right hand anywhere. Knee, shin, holding on to your foot. This left arm's going to come up so you can feel that stretch. Again, think about turning that heart round so you can feel it all the way down that left rib cage. Really think about breathing into that space. One nice inhale in. Exhale out. And then come back up to centre. You're going to find yourself into your Shavasana. So if you're over 30 weeks and you need to be laying on your left hand side, it might be nice to bring loads of cushions in. It's quite nice to bring one underneath your leg, bringing that knee up, drawing that arm underneath your head. This is where you want someone to come and massage your feet and your head and do all of that. If you can, comfortably lay on your back. By all means, prop yourself up with pillows and gently close your eyes. Slow that breath down. And just draw that attention to your face and your jaw so that they're nice and relaxed. Your neck. Really try and fully inflate your lungs. Allow that breath to sink you deeper into the mat. Just gently draw that attention to the rise and fall of your chest. You can bring hands to baby or reaching out by your side. Make sure that your shoulders are relaxed. Your arms, your palms, your hands, your chest, your midsection, your hips, your thighs, knees, calves, and feet. Checking from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. That you're fully relaxed. Just noting your inhale, your exhale. Allowing every cell in your body to relax with each breath. Allow your body to be in deep stillness. Allow your breath to become more spacious and free. Notice the feeling of letting go into being at ease throughout your entire body and mind. As you become stiller and quieter, just allow yourself to sink in to the earth beneath. Just noting that easy rhythm of life-giving mother's breath. Moment by moment, breath by breath, every inhalation and exhalation comforts the baby. Continue noting and allowing your body to breathe. Noting the sensations of the earth beneath, the sounds around you, the air around you. Just noting. And allow your body to have emotions present. each breath to bring you well-being, peace and ease. Welcome and nourish that breath coming in and that breath going out. Come back to that sensation in your jaw and your mouth, your eyes and forehead, to make sure that you're fully relaxed. Continue to allow your body to let go. Allow your entire body and mind to let go. Welcome your body as a field of radiant sensation. Front and back, left and right sides, inside and out. Welcome your entire body as a radiant field of sensation. Allow your breath to move freely. Allow your breath to release the weight of your body. Observe the stillness and quietness that you've created. If your mind wanders, don't worry. Non-judgmentally, just bring it back to your breath. Back to this present moment. Back to noting your inhale and your exhale. Back to noting the rise and fall of your chest, your tummy. Bring that attention within. Be aware of the round, nurturing swell of the belly. Mother's breath is baby's breath. Keep noticing your body breathing. Noting the inhale, the exhale. You don't have to count your breath or control it. It's just about being present, being now, being still. Being grateful. Filling your heart with gratefulness and thankfulness. If there is one thing that I may tell you, let it be you are your home. Your body is the only house that you will ever truly own. Maybe it's got some broken windows and there are tear stains on the floors. Maybe you lock the things you wish you weren't behind its many doors. But there is wisdom on its bookshelves and a laugh to light the rooms. There's a vase upon the table where the love you've grown all blooms. Dreams sit on the mantelpiece next to the kindness and your trust. Where you use them all so often, they have no time to collect dust. So please don't look at mansions with that envy in your eyes. There's more that makes a home than its appearance or its size. Your body is your shelter, so you deserve to love it all. Don't let the world stand round outside and tell you how to paint your walls. How lucky that you have somewhere to protect you from the night. And if there's cracks left from the past, well then they just let in more light. Slowly start to bring attention to your fingers and your toes, bringing that awareness. You can wiggle your fingers and wriggle your toes. Rotate your wrists in one direction. Rotate your ankles. Change direction. Flex and point your feet. And then allow your body to stretch like you've just woken up. Allow your body to fidget as you slowly start to bring yourself into a awakening state, feeling energized. Keeping your eyes closed and your movement slow, start to bring yourself to seated, however's comfortable. And just draw your shoulders down. Lift your heart. Allow your breath to be spacious and free. Reach both arms up overhead. Connect your palms to seal that energy in, and then slowly draw your hands to heart center. May you feel at peace and ease and grounded. And then slowly bring your thumbs up to your third eye, that space in between your eyebrows. Surrender yourself forward. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.